Hey, what's up again, YouTube world? It's your girl here, Dana Monet, here again to recap The Voice. This is week 2 of the blind auditions. So we're gonna get into This is the Voice. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into this because this was kind of an week. And night 3 of the blind auditions, okay. I know that they had to shorten it to an hour because of the presidential debate. I understand that. But why does that mean that we have to put kind of so lackluster singers in that hour? Like, why couldn't great singers be in that hour? We only saw 5 people, and they were pretty ordinary or average. There was nothing that was like amazing. Like there was some amazing people last week, and I just didn't see a lot of amazing this week, or people that I feel could win, like based off of their voice. I'm not talking about other factors that people end up winning the voice for. So, I did have some favorites from night 1, so I'm going to discuss them, but really night 1 was kind of a wash. So, in no real particular order, Elia Esparza, she sang Como la Flor. Now, I feel like every time someone sings in Spanish, they always sing Como la Flor by Selena. Like, if you are really a Spanish singer and you're really like into that and you are Latina, like, I'm sure that there are other Latina singers other than Selena and other songs by Selena. I even know a couple of them. Bidi bidi bamba, bidi bidi bamba, and then the song No me queda más. I don't know the rest of the words. I just know No me queda más. So I'm just saying, like, I think this is only the second time I'm hearing Como la Flor on The Voice, but I know it's like the go-to like Spanish song, like if you're Latina and you want to sing something in Spanish. So other than that, though, I thought that she did a great job. She did raise the key because Selena actually sings that lower. So I thought that that was cool that she was able to do that. And she added some different things in the melody, which I liked. I think that she's actually a lot more versatile than what people think. I think she just wanted to go on there and be like, okay, I'm Latina. I can sing in Spanish. I can mix it up. I can do it all. So, I'm interested to see where it goes. I almost kind of wish that she started the song off slow. There's a part in the movie Selena where she's singing, well, actually, it's Jennifer Lopez lip syncing to her, but she's, quieting down the crowd, and she's like, Como la flor. It would have been nice. I know they only have 90 seconds, but it would have been nice to kind of hear that and then maybe hear that vibrato coming in at the end of the phrase. That would have been pretty. But she went to Team Adam. I don't know how I feel about that, but he's got to get some people, right? So moving right along to Bindi Leibowitz, and she sang I bust the windows out your car. So love that song. She's super cute with her like natural hair. It's purple. It's really cute. And I love the song choice, and I love her lower register. I love the song, but I actually don't love it for an audition necessarily. I don't mind it if she were to sing that song in the live shows and kind of have the production and everything going on. But for an audition, I don't feel like it gives you enough opportunity to really show all of the great parts of your voice. But I did like the raspiness that she brought to the song. And towards the end, it kind of felt like she was starting to get a little bit desperate. She did have a little bit of pitch issues, but she was solid. I'm not sure if she'll make it past the battles, especially since she's on Team Adam, but maybe she'll surprise me. So we'll see. So the last person that I liked was Carly Matzger, I think that's her name is, and she sang Samson, and she, has one of those soft, ethereal voices that we usually get at least 1 or 2 of each season, but it didn't really bother me. I liked her lilt into the falsetto, and she had actually some really nice power, so I really enjoyed that, because, who wants to just hear all the time? Like, you need to be versatile in your voice. So I feel like she's not just a one-trick pony, and she did a nice slide into the belty notes, so she did a great job, and she went to Team Miley. That was night 1. Nothing else necessary to talk about. Again, women are dominating. Night two, though, I have to say that the boys are back and it's gonna be trouble. Hey now, hey now. So, most of my favorites actually from night four were guys. And that hasn't been the case the entire season through the blind auditions. But then I do also have to point out they brought back the montages. We hadn't had montages for 3 episodes. They bring back the montages in night four. Like, I don't know why. Like, what is the point? I still don't understand why they do montages when you guys have a YouTube channel and at the very least can show these people's full performances on YouTube. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'll never understand. I will never get that. So, in no particular order, because I can't really pinpoint who was like my actual favorite. So I'm just gonna go in order. So Austin Alsop, he sang Wild Horses, and he had an interesting voice. It was like a little bit of soul, a little bit of country, a little bit of blues. I was like, I'm not mad at it. And ironically, I was actually introduced to this song by Alicia Keys and Adam singing it on Alicia Keys' Unplugged. So that's how I found out about Wild Horses. Yes, I know it's by the Rolling Stones, but that's how I found out about it. So I really actually enjoy his voice and his tone. He has good dynamics. He has that rasp, just a lot of raspiness going on this season. I love it. And I didn't really understand that only one person turned around from him, and 3 people had turned around for that generic country guy, Josh Gallagher. But I was like, he was definitely one of the best of the night, and Blake got him, and Blake will probably turn him boring country. And he didn't sing a country song, although he had country inflections. He sang Wild Horses, and I'm not so I mean, he was the only one that turned around for him, but he was great in my opinion. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that. So the next person I really enjoyed was Gabriel Violet, and he sang Treat You Better, and I really liked his voice. He has a nice range, and he did really well with staying in the pocket of that song because it had a lot of, tricky things going on with it. And he has some nice subtle inflections here and there, and it's the subtleties that usually always make certain singers stand out from others. It's like, oh, that was cool that you did. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, it's just natural. And I loved his round tone and his convictions. Also one of my favorites of the night. And he went to Team Alicia. And another one of my favorites of the evening only got one chair to turn. I don't understand this, but apparently I'm not seeing eye to eye with the coaches. But Michael Sanchez, who sang Use Me, I actually forgot to put that, but I remember what he sang. And he can sing, most definitely. And he kind of sounded like Laith Al-Sadi from last season. He had this gruff, just a rough kind of tone and voice. And his lower register was so on point. And he was in the groove. He was feeling it. He has charisma. He has attitude. He has stage presence. Great rasp. Great choices. He was tickling the ivories all crazy in his little package. I was like, I'm in love with him. Only one person turned around. I don't get it. Thank you, Alicia Keys. So Alicia Keys got him, and I'm excited to see, what he's gonna do or what she's gonna do with him going forward. So those are my 3 favorites, but I do want to give 2 honorable mentions. Simone Gundy, who sang I Who Have Nothing. I do love her tone, and it's partially because her voice actually reminds me of mine. Actually, when she was singing, her tone reminds me of my tone. Actually, that alto, that rich kind of sultry tone. I really loved the beginning, but then when she was trying to go high on the melody and do different things, she was losing the pitch and she was straining a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why I couldn't make her one of my favorites. If she would have nailed those high notes, she would have been definitely 1, 2, or 3. She missed the mark a couple times. She may have been affected once the chairs started to turn. She's like, okay, but then she's still, trying to hit the notes and everything. And I have to say, I just kept on thinking about Candace Glover's version of this song because she slayed it twice. on American Idol, and I just couldn't get it out of my head. So I think with one of the things that she was trying to do, I love you and love you so. Nothing to give you but all. Maybe if she wouldn't have tried to do so many different things, maybe it would have worked better and just like, push that vibrato out. Like, I know that that helps me with sustaining a note and keeping my tone. Vibrato is my best friend, so use it, people, if you're a singer. And my other honorable mention goes to Hallie Tomlinson, and she sang New York State of Mind. And she also has another one of those like ethereal soft voices, but she still has a round tone, and she does have power in her voice. She gives off the Norah Jones, Sade-esque kind of vibe, and I'm just waiting for somebody to cover Sade. Does she not clear her songs or something? But anyway, she kind of reminds me of Amy Vachel from season 9 in the looks and the voice, but more control and better tone and more present, I guess. I wish she would have actually went high on the last New York State of Mind. I think she would. Hudson River line, I'm in a New York state of mind. I wish she would have went, I'm in a New York state of mind, or something like that. I know she wasn't, I mean, she's not the take me to church type of person, but I just wish she would have went up on that instead of New York state of mind. So I would have liked a little bit more of a climax, so to speak. But she went to Team Alicia, and Simone went to Adam. So Adam actually has a lot of singers that I like this season. So, he can't get rid of all of them in the battles. So I'm a little bit hopeful this season. I still think that the girls are dominating as a whole, even though my favorites this week only on night 4 were mostly guys. The only guy I really feel like has a real chance to win is like Billy Gilman. And, well, I can't say that for certain because, with Blake working with his people, you know what I'm saying? Blake just has the audience and the fans where people like to vote for his artist because they like Blake. So I hope people feel the same way about Alicia Keys. Like, because I'm not that type of person. I don't vote based off of a coach. Like, I can't stand Adam Levine, but if my favorite contestant was on Adam's team, I'm voting for that contestant. Like, I don't understand this whole, like, I'm voting Team Blake or whatever. And, like, that's how I feel like a lot of his artists get into the finals because people just love Blake and his contestants can be mediocre and people still love him. I'm not talking about, like, Adam Wakefield from last season. He was bomb. Like, I loved his voice. Mary Sarah, on the other hand, And would Paxton have made it as far as he did if he wasn't on Team Blake? I do not think so. That Team Blake gave him a serious edge. That's all I got to say about that. Like, Blake kind of has special powers. He does. Because all the amazing singers that got cut, especially in the playoffs, specifically Joe, because I'm still mad about that. And Paxton stayed around until the big chop. So I was really shocked about that. But enough about last season. We're talking about this season. I haven't even made my voice playlist yet. Like, I haven't really gotten like that excited about this season yet. Like, I know it's new coaches and they're trying to make it fresh and new. But I don't know, it's like the same old shit, just a different season. Like, and I also don't think that the singers are as amazing in the blinds as they were last season. Like, I was just hype. And I do have to say this, maybe just because I'm partial, because I like Alicia Keys just as much as I like Christina Aguilera, probably as far as their music is concerned. I don't really care for Miley's music like that. But she seems like a cool girl despite some of her, actions and things. I'm cool with her on The Voice. But nobody can do a good impromptu singing like Christina Aguilera. And Miley and Alicia have both done it. Adam did it again this season. Like, I'm sorry. Christina is the queen of impromptu singing and showing you how it's done. She's just the queen of it. Like, she just knows what to do. And also, I saw some people commenting, I think it was on the TV Line blog, that they are sitting out this season of The Voice because they can't stand Miley Cyrus. And, I don't like it when people do that because I feel like people should be given a chance. Like, maybe that's not your type of person that you would like to judge, but in my opinion, she's doing a really good job, and she did a very good job last season when she was coaching them during the knockout rounds. So, I mean, her facade aside, I actually think that she's a good coach. Just like I thought that Nicki Minaj was actually a good, honest judge on American Idol. You can say what you want about Nicki, but I would say 80% of the time that she was on that show, she was honest. She gave her honest opinion. You may not have liked it, but she gave her honest opinion. And I like it kind of, because at first I was a little bit like, oh, Miley Cyrus, you know what I mean? Because I don't even think that she's that great of a singer, but, you know, I don't really think that Blake is that great of a singer. Adam, I kind of like as a singer sometimes. Gwen, no. Shakira, sometimes. But it's not like there's been like real powerful vocalists as voice coaches other than Christina and probably Usher. Oh, and we know like Pharrell doesn't really sing. Pharrell is a producer, but he still sings. So Alicia Keys can sing, you know what I mean? But it's just like, I don't know. That doesn't bother me because she's been in the business for so long, even though she's so young. I kind of felt the same way about Demi Lovato judging X Factor. Although I don't really think that she did the best job because I think that they were trying to control her a lot on the show. But I was like, she's only 20 years old and she's mentoring people. Like, what in the world? I think that she would do much better on a show like The Voice, if she was on The Voice, or actually American Idol, where there were R.I.P. American Idol, where there are no, teams or nothing like that, because she's the type of person that I definitely feel will give her honest opinion. And X Factor kind of prevents you from doing that because you're worried about who's doing what on your team and stuff like that. And even if they're horrible, you still root for them. Same thing with The Voice. So that's the only thing about the team thing. But other than that, I'm going to keep on doing these reviews for y'all. Hopefully The Voice gets better. I'm over the blinds. I don't know if the battles are starting next week, but I'm ready for them to be done and move on to the battles. And then after 1 week of battles, I'm going to be ready to move on to the next round. Like, it's like all these early rounds last so long, and I just be wanting to get to the lives and see what happens. But I do like the battle rounds if they're great. So hopefully there are going to be some great battle rounds. So this went on way too long. My little rant went on longer than me recapping the show. So I will let you guys all go, get back to your life, and I will see you next week. Bye.